There's a peacock here underneath the table I put over there. I think it might have some eggs. You see over there under the table? Yesterday it was raining, so I put that table there to stop the rain from getting on the poor peacock, and then I put those chairs around to kind of give it some security. I guess, when we were gone on traveling, it must have made a home there for its eggs and everything, so I'm looking forward to seeing the little peacock eggs, babies. I'm looking forward to seeing the peacock babies. Do you see it? It's behind the chairs. Jamesy doesn't seem to know. I don't know why. He doesn't seem to know about it. And then over there, when I was cutting the grass on the outside, there was a little bird. I thought it was a sparrow on the ground. And I picked it up, and you see that mockingbird on the mango avocado tree? Well, one of them was coming. I felt it fly by my head, so I put it on the other side, close, like it was closer to the road, I think. I picked it up. I really can't remember, but anyways, I put it down close to the fence, and then I thought maybe I'll build it a house. So I took the feeder. It's behind the mango, you can't see it, and I raised it up there, and I made it to where I could put straw in it, and I adjusted the little tray so it wouldn't go up. There's a tray that goes up with the food. It brings the food up when it gets lower and lower. But I just adjusted that to where it's underneath the box. And I filled it with straw. I have some straw that I gave to Aunt Jamesy, and I went around and grabbed the little bird over there. And it was like crying the whole way. Beep, beep, beep. And I was thinking the mockingbirds were going to attack me, but they didn't. So I told them, I said, I'm taking care of your baby. And then I put their baby in over there. If you look hard behind that, there's like the mango tree, and then there's a branch kind of to the left of the main branch. And behind that, you'll see a box. I don't know. I'll stand up so you can see it. See that box over there? The little baby bird is in there, I think, unless it fell out again. And there's the mockingbird. Okay, well, just continue to do what Jesus tells us to do. It'll be okay. I felt kind of bad today because, well, when we got back, the grass was high, and we couldn't cut it yesterday because of 4th of July. But I take Saturday as my Sabbath. It's my day of rest. I really shouldn't have been cut in the grass, but it was kind of, today's the rest, and just think about God, and so anyways, I went and did cut that part, the front, and boy, it took a lot out of me. I don't know, I'm just wiped out, I guess, from the trip. I drove all the way from Denver to Hiawassee, Georgia. Every day was kind of like, 6 to 8 hours, and then I ate some bacon one day at IHOP, and after that, I had an upset stomach all day. Ever since then, my stomach gets upset easy. I don't know what's causing that. But I've been eating things like, sweet potato soup and broccoli soup and salad. It doesn't get a lot of gas and painful now, but there's still something going on because it doesn't feel too good. So Lord God, please heal my stomach. Make it feel good again. I was really enjoying the trip. I was eating whatever I wanted. I had coffee all the time. It's just like the old days. So I was very thankful for that, God. Thankful that it didn't happen till near the end, at least. But, yeah. I needed to get back on a diet anyways. I was gaining weight and stuff. And I needed to get back on that kind of diet. Yeah. So maybe that's what God's telling me. God works all things for good, so. So I still got to cut the back, but I'm not going to do it today. Today, so I'm going to rest. My wife, she wanted to go to some friends. They were having some kind of get-together. I don't know what it was. And at first, I said, I want to go, but then I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't ready to go, basically. And they were starting at a certain time, so I said, go ahead and go and enjoy the party. And, sometimes, when you're married, it's good that you have some time away from each other. She's Filipino, so she likes to spend time with their Filipino friends sometimes, and so that's what happened. She went ahead and she went because there was a deadline. I couldn't make it, but I'm thankful for that too, because I just need to rest. I need to rejuvenate. When I was cutting the grass, it was just, whoa, I don't have the energy like I did. But anyways, that's it. It's kind of like what's going on. I was thankful, though, that when I cut the grass that I found that little bird. Because, I don't know what happened to it. Like maybe a cat would have got it, or I'm not sure. It was on the ground. It's kind of like, and those mockingbirds were watching it, but I don't know, what they're doing. Hopefully they like my little bird nest I made them. I think they can get in there to give the baby food. I don't know if they trust it yet. They're just kind of staying around. I feel like going over there to look, but I don't want to scare them. If I go by there, by that bird nest, they might get afraid. And then, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some bird seed and maybe some worms or something. Yeah, I did have some. I had those dried mealworms. Well, they know how to get food. You just got to get used to it. And I'm wondering where that little bird came from. I'm going like, where did it come from? Where's the nest? And who knows? It could be across the street and the bird walked away all the way across the street. I don't know, but I was going to bring it inside, but then we would have to take care of it for a while. And I don't know. I didn't want to. It's probably better we leave it with the other birds. If the other birds wouldn't have came around, I would have picked it up. There is still some mangoes on this tree. There's a couple up there, small ones. I hope they get bigger, because this is a good tree. It has good mangoes. It just tomorrow. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wednesday, F&L's coming over to take out this. See that above service drop? They're taking that out and they're going to put it underground. So that'll eliminate that squirrel won't be able to come over here as easy. So I'll be able to protect everything. And there's some avocados up there too. And the last time we had one avocado that lasted, and I was just waiting for it to get ripe on the tree, and the darn squirrel got to it. It's kind of, wasn't very happy about that. And I think we should have some of those pomegranates. I'm pretty sure there is some, and sugar apples maybe. And over there's a lychee, and when we got home there were some giant lychees. They grew big. There wasn't a lot of them, but this year we got more than last year, so I need to trim around it again. That berry tree, I don't know if you can see back there, but there's a lychee. There's two mango trees to the right, and then there's a lychee, and then there's a berry tree. The berry tree always grows a lot more, so I might need to cut that back some more so the lychee gets plenty of sunlight. I'm going to cut that berry tree back, way back. And oh, there's Jamesy. He's out there. That's his spot right there. He likes to play in the dirt and everything, so maybe he'll play now. I'm not sure, For the longest time, he's standing next to me. I guess he missed me. that's his spot there. I need to build him some kind of coop, chicken coop. Where am I going to place it? I got to place it somewhere it's not going to bother anybody. Maybe over there in the corner. Yeah, let me go look over there and see. Might as well. Go ahead, keep playing there. Let's see where I can put it. I'm thinking maybe here, because I don't want to bother anybody. Any of my neighbors, maybe here. So if it's here, it could bother these two neighbors. Let's see if it's here. I make it here. Yeah, it's kind of far away from those neighbors. I don't know, might. Yeah, I think that would be the best place right there. I might have to move that banana tree. While I'm here, let's see how these plants are doing. I kind of left them alone. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there's an oak tree that's growing, and bamboo still looks like it's alive, but the berry and that orange tree died. You know, they didn't get watered regularly. I tried to put them under there so they'd have shade. And that's my brother's car. I need to sell that car. I don't know how to get the title because it's a long story. But I gotta go down there and see if I can get a title for it. Maybe I can do that this week. I mean, yeah, coming up maybe this Friday and go down there. See about getting that. My stomach is still kind of. And I've been hoping we get some coconuts on these trees. They're getting pretty big. You know, it's amazing. When we planted these trees, they weren't that big. You know, look at them. It's already starting to get like a coconut tree. Oh yeah, see the bird? The thing? That's where I put the little baby bird. I hope it's still in there. It probably is. I don't see the... Oh, there it is. There's the... Oh. Go ahead. I'm not going to bother your baby. I won't bother your baby. I don't know. I don't see any coconuts yet. I better leave here. He's coming around. But, what you call it? Mockingbird's coming around, so I better let it go. Better let him go. Stay away from him. Okay. Well, I was reading the Bible. Let's see. Maybe I'll read a little bit more. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm reading. I'm starting chapter 4 now, and I'm starting from the beginning of the Bible because I went and did chapter 3. I already did chapter 3. So, oh, Ginsy boy. Oh, go play. Come on, go play because you're going to go in soon. You want to go in? Alright, so I'm in chapter 4, and I underlined this one here. I really like this one. It says, if you do well, this is talking about Cain. If you do well, will you not be accepted? I mean, and that's the same thing with us. If we do well, will we not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must master it. So you see, we must master that, not allow sin. It is crouching at the door. So that's kind of the theme all along. If we do well, we will be accepted. Um, and of course, Jesus, God sent Jesus here so we can have salvation, we can be saved, and we can be forgiven of our sins through Jesus. But we also can't, the law applies. We can't be doing things wrong and expect God's blessings. So, it's kind of pretty much that simple. If we do what Jesus tells us to do, we'll be okay. So, Cain said to, I'll go ahead and read the rest of it. It says, Cain said to Abel, his brother, let me start from the beginning. I'll read it all the way through. Might as well. Okay, chapter 4. Now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man with help of the Lord. And again she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a tiller of ground. In the course of time, that means after some time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel brought of the firstlings of his flock and of their fat portions. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. The Lord said to Cain, Why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, you will not be. If you do well, will you not be accepted? So if you do well, won't you be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at your door. Its desires for you, but you must master it. So God is giving Cain guidance. And I think it was the chapter before that. No, that was another book. So, but then what happened was Cain said to Abel, his brother, let's go out in the field. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where is Abel, your brother? He said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And the Lord said, What have you done? The voice of your brother. Blood is crying to me from the ground, and now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield it to you its strength. You shall be a fugitive and a wandering on the earth. But then Cain said to the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me this day away from the ground. See, because he was a tiller of the ground, that was his thing, and the Lord driven him away from that. He lost that because he sinned. And from thy face I shall be hidden, and I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will slay me. Then the Lord said to him, Not so. If anyone slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord put a mark on Cain. See, right here, that part there, I think, God is always merciful, shows his mercy. And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest anyone who came upon him should try to kill him. Should kill him. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Okay, I just wanted to go back for a minute. This part about why did why did he accept Abel's but not Cain's offering? And, sometimes I think, well, in the course of time, Cain brought the Lord offering and fruit of the ground. And Abel brought the firstlings of his flock, and all I can think is usually, maybe, because of the first of with the fat portions, he brought the first of his flock and of their fat firstlings, so the firstborn as an offering and the fat portions. So all I can think is that maybe, like fruit grows slower than, or fruit can grow more abundantly, and, Cain, maybe he didn't give the first of the fruits that he had. He just waited after in the course of time, he gave some of his fruit. Maybe that's what it was, or, and then Abel brought the fat portions and the firstlings. I'm not sure exactly, or maybe it could be because of the meat offering, because later on it became like a meat offering, a burnt offering of meat. I don't know. I know they had some other kind of offerings, barley, and so we'll have to see what happens, but it's not that big of a deal, just to know that, God kind of gave Cain a chance, and Cain kind of like didn't listen. And then it says, but then you kind of wonder, well, why Abel was doing good? Why did God allow that to happen? Abel, it's part of the story, I guess, It's part of the story. It's part of the, God's word, that, that's what he wanted us to realize maybe here, that, he still gave mercy to Cain. Maybe that's part of it. It's not that important, just kind of accept it, I try to just look for how God treated people, and, so try to learn about God when I'm reading the Old Testament. Try to relate it to what Jesus told us. But Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And I figure eventually I'll know. I'll be reading the Bible somewhere, maybe in Revelations, and it'll say, I think it was in Revelations, I'm not sure, it was talking, or somewhere close to that, it was talking about Cain and how he was. He was kind of rebellious, I think. I'm not sure, but, there was something there. So Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. Hey, James, come here. Don't do that. Come on, time to go in. You want to go in? Come on. Come here. Get over here. Good boy. Stop that. Don't make noise like that. I'm here, okay? You don't make noise. Go out there and play in the grass. Go. Come on. Go play. Come on, go play. Go. You're going in. Let me try to finish this. He's being a pain, so I guess we'll stop there. Okay, well, just remember we do what Jesus tells us to do. It'll be okay. Okay, God bless you. I love you, and have a great day. Amen.